The boundaries that create a dividing line between black and white are sometimes invisible, yet at others very clearly defined. 8 Mile Road is a very real and symbolic boundary between black Detroit and white suburbia. Our story takes us to this area where we found the remnants of another very real boundary whose existence today echoes a time of tremendous racial tension.
Well, my brother and I used to come over and saw the work going on. So, oh, look, it's a wall. So we got on it, went down it, walked down. So wonder why it's being built.
Tommy Wyatt was about 12 years old when he and his brother played on the wall.
My dad used to tell us all the time the story about that wall being built to keep blacks on one side and whites on the other.
Deborah Hardin's father knew about the wall too and passed its story along to his child, as if a child could understand the meaning of its existence.
I told my mom about it. She said, oh, that's just to separate the white people from the black people. This is the only way she just said it, and that was it. And I often wonder why.
The answer is found as early as the 1920s, when blacks were rigorously confined to an area on the Near East Side known as Black Bottom. But the influx of newcomers from the South created anxieties and fears among whites about the new black presence in Detroit.
This turned into pressure on black families which had lived across the city to move out.
They moved out to an undeveloped area near 8 Mile in Wyoming, where they bought land and constructed simple frame homes. By 1943, when racial tension peaked with a vicious race riot, affluent whites had developed Palmer Woods and Sherwood Forest, and developers were beginning to look at the adjacent area where there sat this poor, ramshackle neighborhood of blacks.
There were tremendous efforts at the time to get them to move out. And because they were owners, they owned the land, they were not renters, they didn't want to move.
As historian Thomas Shagru writes, the area became a battleground for one of the city's fiercest debates over government housing policy, as the federal government eyed the area for slum clearance and the development of public housing. The compromise solution reached between one developer and the federal government was the construction of this wall, which today still snakes through this black community.
To demark where they lived so that they would not in any way drift over into or somehow contaminate the areas that were being developed as white communities. That wall's still there. I don't think anybody remembers why it's there, but it's still there.
The irony, the wall of Tommy Wyatt's childhood now runs through his backyard. It has for his lifetime been a tangible and constant reminder of a segregated society.